Hey gang, and welcome back. These videos are brought to you by Card Conduit, the best place to sell your unused collection fast and easily. 401 Games, Canada's top shop for all your hobby and TCG needs. Dragon Shield, the strongest sleeves for your strongest decks. Moxfield, the easiest way to store and share your deck lists. And Foil Armor, flatten your foils fast. Arja wins the die roll and starts us off. He draws, playing the Forest and casting an Arbor Elf. I play a tapped commercial district, surveilling one and keeping it on top. Max just plays a swamp. Mathieu's got a Sea of Clouds and pays 1 for Soul Ring. Arja's got a forest and pays 2 for Wall of Blossoms. He draws as it enters, and then untaps a forest with Arbor Elf. He taps it, casting Abundant Harvest and naming non-land, and reveals until he hits Topiary Stomper. I play a mountain and cast Professor Hojo. Max has got a swamp and brings out Dreadhorde Invasion. Mathieu just plays a Drowned Catacombs. Arja's turn 3 has a forest, and he casts the Topiary Stomper we saw before. He grabs a forest, and then pokes Matt for 1 with the Arbor Elf before passing to me. I've got a Plains, and I cast Sword of Hearth and Home. I equip it to Hojo for free, drawing a card from his ability, and swing Hojo at Arja. With the on damage trigger, I go to find a land and flicker Hojo, putting a forest to the field and passing. Max's upkeep has him amassing and losing 1, making an army token and drawing for turn. He plays a swamp and then casts Sephiroth. He sacrifices the army as he enters, draining me for 1. After that, Max passes. Mathieu's got a Sunken Ruins, and then has enough mana for Y'shtola, and passes. Arja's turn is quite easy as he plays a forest, and then taps out for Yedora. I play a Cinder Glade, and re-equip the sword onto Hojo for free, drawing a card. I then follow up with a Kiri Fearless Voyager, and I go to combat. I swing Hojo at Matt, and get to draw a card from a Kiri, and after Matt takes the hit, go and find a Plains, but don't flicker anything with the second part of the ability. My second main phase then has me casting Farseek, and I pass turn. Max's upkeep has him amassing again, and drawing for turn, and he plays Bojuka Bog and exiles my graveyard. He then casts an Arcane Signet, and then another traitor, and he swings Sephiroth at me. On attack, he sacrifices the Nether Traitor, drawing a card and draining me for 1, and I then take the hit for 3. Max passes, and during his end step, Mathieu gets to draw a card from Y'shtola, and we move to his turn. Matt's got a Mystic Gate for turn, and sends Y'shtola at Max. Max takes the hit for 2, and Mathieu then plays Transpose. This has us getting drained for 2 off Y'shtola, and he gets to loot and make a wizard token. After that, during his end step, Mathieu draws from Y'shtola's trigger. Arja's got a forest again, and blitzes out a Workshop Warchief. He gains 3, and sends the Warchief at Mathieu. Matt takes 5, and Arja passes, sacrificing the Warchief to the Blitz trigger, drawing a card and making a Beast token. Mathieu also gets to draw a card from his Commander trigger, and as the Warchief hits the graveyard, Arja gets to bring it back as a face-down forest thanks to Yedora, and Max also gets to drain Arja for 1 with Sephiroth. I've got a Rootbound Crag for turn, and I cast Guruk's Uprising. I then cast Cloud, drawing a card off Guruk's Uprising as he comes in, and move the sword to him with the trigger. Going to combat, I send Cloud at Mathieu, but he casts Withering Torment to take out my commander. I do at least get to draw a card off of Kiri seeing Cloud attacking, and in my second main phase, I use Hojo to equip the sword for free onto a Kiri. I get to draw again from Hojo's ability. After that, I pass. Max loses 1 as he amasses, draws for turn, and plays a swamp. He swings Sephiroth at Mathieu this time, sacrificing the army and draining Mathieu for 1. Matt then takes the hit for 3, and Max's second main phase has him casting the Great Unclean One. Moving to the end step, the Great Unclean One triggers, dealing damage to his opponents and making 3 demon tokens, and he passed to Matt. Mathieu gets to transpose off of Rebound, draining us for 2 from Yedora and 1 from the Black Wizard, and he gets to loot. He then plays a Fetid Heath, and he casts Relic of Legends, draining the table again for another 2. Matt then draws in his end step from Yedora's trigger and passes. Arja's got a Forest, and he sends Yedora, the Beast token, and the Topiary Stomper at Matt. Matt chumps the Beast with his Wizard, and casts a Baleful Mastery on the Topiary Stomper, paying the alternate cost by giving Max a card. This has Yedora draining us for 2 again, and Mathieu then takes 5 from Yedora. In his second main phase, Arja then casts Storm the Festival. This has Mathieu responding with a Force of Negation, draining us again. Arja then passes, with Mathieu drawing a card during the end step from Yedora. I play an untapped Stomping Grounds taking 2, and I send a Kiri at Mathieu. I draw from attacking, and Mathieu takes the hit, and I get the on damage trigger to go and find a land. I then cast an Arcane Signet into a Nature's Lore, and then use my free equip to move the sword onto Hojo, drawing a card and passing. Once more Matt amasses, losing 1, and then draws for turn and plays a Swamp. He plays Gisa, Glorious Resurrector, and sends Sephiroth and the Great Unclean One at Mathieu, and the 3 Plague Bearers at Arja. He sacrifices the army to draw a card thanks to Sephiroth. Mathieu blocks Sephiroth but takes 4, and Arja blocks a demon and takes 2. After combat, Max plays a Demon's Disciple, but I respond with a Lifestream's Blessing to draw 4. We then each sacrifice a creature, but they get exiled to Gisa so Sephiroth doesn't trigger. After that, Max passes the turn and makes 3 more demons from the Great Unclean One trigger. Matt just draws, plays a Swamp, and recasts Yedora. He then taps Yedora to help untap the Relic of Legends, and taps that to help cast Uranger or Agelt and passes turn. Arja draws, and decides to draw more with a Harmonize in his main phase. He then plays Vivian on the Hunt. He upticks her to sacrifice the Arbor Elf, going to find an Elvish Visionary. Moving to combat, he sends Yedora and the Beast token at me. This has me dropping to 4, and Arja passes after that. I play a Brushland, and then cast Vanquish the Horde. Mathieu responds with a Teferi's Protection, draining us for 2, and with the board being wiped, Max uses his Sephiroth drains to drop Arja to 5. My second main phase then has me casting Open the Armory, going to grab a Colossus Hammer, casting it, and I then recast Cloud once it's on the field. With Cloud entering, I get to equip the hammer onto him for free thanks to his ability. Going to combat, I send Cloud at Max, but he's ready with a Snuff Out to take him out and loses 4 life. I still get to make 2 treasures at least, but have nothing to do and pass turn after that. Max amasses, losing 1, draws, and plays a Swamp. He recasts Sephiroth, sacrificing his army token as it enters and drains me for 1. He passes after that. Matt draws and plays Hall of Heliod's Generosity, and then plays Tataru Taru. He lets me draw a card and gets a treasure token. And then casts Psychic Impetus on Uranger. This gets us drained for 2, which takes me out. And Mathieu then sends Yedora at Arja, taking him out as well. Uranger also goes at Max. Max takes the hit and is the only survivor, and Matt then passes turn. Max masses, losing 1, drawing for turn, and playing a Swamp. He casts Plaguecrafter, which has Mathieu sacrificing Uranger, and Sephiroth drains Mathieu for 2. Max then follows up with Disciple of Bolas. He sacrifices the Plaguecrafter to draw 3 and gain 3, with Mathieu getting drained again. Going to combat, Max swings Sephiroth and sacrifices the Disciple of Bolas. This drains Matt for 1, but more importantly transforms Sephiroth, and Max gets an emblem. At this point, Mathieu can't block a flyer and takes a hit for 5. Max also gets to pay 1 black to get back the Nether Trader, and passes after all of that. Mathieu plays a Plaza of Heroes for turn, and sends Yedora at Max. Max takes the hit for 2, and Matt then plays a white Auracite, exiling Sephiroth and draining Max for 2. Mathieu then plays an Archmage Emergis, and moving to his end step, draws a card from Yedora's trigger. Max amasses, draws, and plays a Westville Abbey. He recasts Sephiroth, but Mathieu responds with a Rewind, and drains Max for 2, and draws a card from the Archmage. Max then continues his turn by playing the Masamune, and then hits Mathieu for 1 with the Nether Trader. Matt draws and plays an island, putting Curiosity onto Yedola. He then sends Yedola and the Archmage Emeritus at Max, and Max chumps Yedola with the army token, but takes 2. With the army token hitting the bin, Max drains Matt for 1, and Mathieu then passes turn. Max makes another army token, draws, and this time plays a Nykthos. He then plays Twilight Prophet, and activates Nykthos to make enough mana to help recast Sephiroth, sacrificing an army as it enters, drawing, and then draining Mathieu for 2. Going to combat, Max then hits Mathieu for an extra 1 with another Trader, and passes. Matt's turn is quite quick as he plays a Glacial Fortress, and casts Emmett Selk of the 3rd seat, and passes. Max hits a land to the Twilight Prophet, and then amasses and loses 1. This triggers Mathieu's Emmett Selk's trigger, and he targets Baleful Mastery, allowing him to cast it from Graveyard for turn for 2 less. Max then draws for turn, and plays a Swamp. He casts Viscera Seer, which has Mathieu responding with the Baleful Mastery, and targets Sephiroth. Sephiroth is taken out, this has Mathieu draining for 2, and drawing off the Archmage. And Max then plays a Nightmare Shepherd once it's all resolved. He equips the Masamune to the Viscera Seer, and sends the Nether Trader and Twilight Prophet at Matt, dealing 3. In his post-combat main phase, Max then uses Nykthos to make 8 mana, and plays Turgrid. He then sacrifices the Nether Trader to the Viscera Seer. This has the emblem draining Mathieu for 2 thanks to the Masamune, and Max gets a token copy of the Nether Trader with a Nightmare Shepherd, which he then also sacrifices to drain for another 2. He then repeats this process of sacrificing the real creature and then the copy, with Twilight Prophet and Turgrid, and drains Mathieu to 0, winning the game. Game review time. I won't say that I dislike Cloud, but I've since changed it to Tifa and I'm having a much better time with the deck. I like that she promotes you going wide as having multiple creatures to be able to get extra combat steps, whereas Cloud really wanted you to just go tall. I've also since refined Yedola a little bit more, taking it away from the Enchantress build that I had, and focusing more on instants and sorceries, a lot of free spells as well, not just the generically good ones like Force of Negation, but also Civi's Ruse, just for fun. Arj's Yedora deck didn't really get to do what Yedora wants to do, which is have creatures getting taken out and coming back as forests and then flipping face up for more value. He really only got the 1 from the Blitz trigger. And lastly, Sephiroth just continues to be a house. He is so good, especially with the Masamune out, doubling the emblems that you get with him, and you just drain people out very, very quickly. It's awesome to see. This video wouldn't be possible without the help from my sponsors, but it definitely wouldn't be possible without the help from you, the viewers, and my patrons. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and to remember, friends are just opponents you haven't eliminated yet.